Delaware's transit service, moving forward.
New tonight, as war rages in Israel, local Jewish leaders here are organizing a rally and relief efforts. Plus, the Delmar community is still reeling from a tragic car accident, and a Sussex County principal has his day in court. Those stories and much more straight ahead tonight on DETV News. Good evening and welcome to DETV News. I'm Matt Ford. Thanks for joining us tonight. Making headlines today, while President Joe Biden assured the world that we stand with Israel in remarks to the country earlier today, local leaders were continuing their plan to Stand with Israel rally here in Delaware. The surprise insurgent in Israel on Saturday by Hamas has been called the worst attack on the Jewish people since the Holocaust. An estimated 900 people were killed during the attacks. Among 14 of them were Americans. Dozens of people were kidnapped and taken hostage by the terrorist organization, including Americans, confirmed President Biden just this afternoon. The Jewish Federation of Delaware has organized a We Stand with Israel rally. It's going to be Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Siegel Jewish Community Center at 101 Garden of Eden Road in Wilmington. The organization is also raising funds for emergency relief efforts that are also underway. Carol Marcus, state board chair for the Jewish Federation, said several state leaders plan to attend the rally along with representatives from 20 different religious and community organizations. Marcus Stape said the average Delawarean can help out by reaching out to friends in Israel, posting messages of support on social media platforms, donating generously to organizations collecting and contacting elected officials to demand that they stand firmly with Israel. It's so important to reach out, she says. She continues, quote, "They need to know we stand with them and continue to support them," end quote. And in other news, the community of Delmar is still reeling from the weekend death of 16-year-old star football player in a car accident. Carter Figgs was killed and another student seriously injured early Saturday morning when a single car struck a telephone pole. That's according to Salisbury police, who say the driver, who has not yet been identified, was driving above the speed limit. The 17-year-old driver has been charged with negligent homicide by vehicle, negligent homicide, and driving under the influence of alcohol as well. Delmar School District, where Figgs attended Delmar High School, issued a statement of condolence and is being assisted by nearby school districts who offered assistance with counselors to help enhance students with staff to deal with their grief. Hundreds of students and community members gathered Sunday night for a bonfire and a candlelight vigil. Staying in Sussex County, a Sussex County school administrator who is being sued by a former student defended himself in court earlier today. Sussex Central High School principal Dr. Bradley Layfield is one of two administrators being sued by a former student regarding an altercation that took place back in May. In court Tuesday morning, Layfield stated that unless the surveillance video is stopped and viewed in a frame-to-frame analysis, which he says was never done for any school employee that reviewed the fight on May 17th, that the student's anatomy cannot be viewed and was never seen by anyone that day. He claims that the student initiated a dangerous fight and in the course of continuing the fight caused her breast to be exposed briefly. He also claims that by initiating said fight in front of a school security camera, the student assumed the risk that her anatomy would become exposed and be recorded by the camera and subsequently seen by school employees charged with protecting the health and safety of other students in the hallway at the time of the incident. Layfield is requesting that the case be dismissed with cost and legal fees assessed to the plaintiff. And Lieutenant Governor Bethany Hall Long has a new campaign treasurer less than 1 month after she launched her run for governor. Cheryl Webb of Dover is the new treasurer. Until last week, Allison Murray was in the role. She is a partner of CFO Compliance. It's a firm that works with Democratic candidates and specializes in state and local candidate compliance. Murray served as treasurer since May. Before Murray, Hall Long's husband Dana was the treasurer. The lieutenant governor's campaign has had a troubling start since it launched on September 12th. Just 2 weeks into the campaign, Hall Long announced she is conducting an audit of all her past campaign finance reports. Campaign officials have not specified what was the catalyst for this review or when it will be completed. And lawmakers here in the first state have extended the emergency order for xylazine to be a controlled 3 substance. It's being mixed with illicit drugs, specifically fentanyl and heroin, along with other street drugs to amplify the potency. It has been deemed a public threat here in Delaware, which is why the Secretary of State has renewed the emergency order. The renewal took effect September 30th and ensures the drug's classification remains the same until upcoming legislation takes effect. Physicians who have seen the impact of xylazine in the human body say there are no medicinal benefits for humans. It's primarily used as a tranquilizer in animals, specifically larger animals such as horses or cows, meaning not even the average veterinarian would have any use for this drug. On the street, it is commonly referred to as tranq. Tranq is also being found with amphetamines and cocaine. People who use it can develop a zombie-like appearance. Doctors say that unlike with opioid overdoses, there is no antidote like Narcan. In other health news, the arrival of cooler temperatures is a sign that the flu season is unfortunately underway. According to the public health officials, it was a particularly active flu season in countries such as Australia and New Zealand, which could be a sign that it's about to come here. Officials recommend Delawareans ages 6 months or older get a flu vaccination. They say COVID-19, influenza, and RSV are hitting at an all-time high at the same time this year. The Division of Public Health said a flu shot should be scheduled early. Why? Because antibodies against the vaccine can take up to 2 weeks to develop in the body after vaccination. Information about influenza and the availability of the vaccine is available at flu.delaware.gov, or you can call that 800 number seen there on your screen. And Appoquinimink School District's Bunker Hill Elementary School and Capital School District's Kent County Secondary Intensive Learning Center have earned Delaware's Sapphire Award for Excellence in School Counseling. The state recognition, now in its 4th year, recognizes school counseling programs that are comprehensive, data-informed, and designed to serve all students. Both winning programs use classroom lessons, small group counseling, and individual supports to support student success. Brittany Pizer, school counselor at Bunker Hill, wants her students to learn the importance of good behavior early in their school career. Andrea Woodard, a school counselor at Kent County, focuses a lot of her work on getting students on track for graduation. The schools will be recognized formally during National School Counseling Week. That's going to be in February of 2024. And nearly 1,000 people attended the Hip Hop Cultural Summit this past Saturday at the Delaware Art Museum. Organizer Grouchy Greg of allhiphop.com said it exceeded his expectations. The goal of the summit was to recognize the 50th anniversary of hip hop, especially the local scene. Greg says that his goal was to simply see the legacy of local hip hop community be enshrined in the Delaware Art Museum. The day included panel discussions, demonstrations, and art exhibits. And the Latin Food Festival, organized by Newcastle County, returned to Glasgow Park as well on Saturday, bringing out food and music lovers. The second annual festival, Latino de Comida, is a celebration of Latin food, dance, music, and cultural awareness held during Hispanic Heritage Month. The event brought together the hottest in Latinx cuisine and attracted more than 40 local and international food vendors. The day also featured live music, salsa dance lessons, cultural dancers, and family entertainment.
I think this is a good opportunity for us, the Latinos, to express our culture, not only to the other Latin countries, but also to America.
It's like a fun time. And no, your eyes are not deceiving you. Part of the riverfront was painted pink earlier today. As you know, October marks Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and this week here in Wilmington is Paint the Riverfront Pink Week. The American Cancer Society and participating businesses all along the riverfront have partnered for Paint the Riverfront Pink Week. You can support Making Strides Against Breast Cancer of Delaware by participating in fundraisers happening at participating restaurants and shops along the riverfront. You can also find more at Making Strides Against Breast Cancer of Delaware's Facebook page.
This marvelous movement has created momentum that has touched the nerve with everybody.
This is all leading up to the Making Strides of Delaware Walk on Sunday, October 22nd. That's going to be at Bellevue State Park. And dozens marched silently through the streets of Wilmington this past weekend in observance of Peace Week 2023. The 8th annual Peace Week Delaware kicked off with a peace march from Episcopal Church of Saints Andrew and Matt to hold community prayer in Rodney Square. Peace Week is a coordinated effort to encourage greater participation in nonviolent actions throughout the state. It runs through Sunday. Organizers say more than 40 events are planned, coordinated with churches, libraries, nonprofits, and community groups. Forget millionaire. Who wants to be a billionaire? No one got all of the latest Powerball numbers for Monday's $1.5 billion prize, so the Powerball is now estimated at $1.73 billion. The cash payout, that's going to be about $756 million bucks. One ticket sold here in the first state matches 4 of the main balls plus the Powerball, meaning that that's worth $50,000. Florida had at least one ticket that matched 5 and got the power play number. That's adding up to a $2 million prize. Monday's jackpot was the 3rd largest prize in Powerball history. Wednesday's prize now becomes the 2nd largest in history. Delaware's last Powerball jackpot was hit on December 17, 2016, when a $121 million ticket was sold, so this could definitely be your year. And if you don't win the Powerball tomorrow night, well, you can get ready to come on down. The legendary television game show The Price is Right is coming right here to Wilmington. The Price is Right live interactive stage show will make a stop at none other than our Grand Opera House this spring. Alongside a celebrity host, randomly selected contestants will get the chance to play popular games like Plinko, Cliffhangers, The Big Wheel, and even the Fabulous Showcase. The show features prizes from appliances and electronics to dream vacations and even a brand new car. Lucky audience members can even win prizes right from their seat. Tickets go on sale this Friday, October 13th, 9 a.m. That website is pricesrightlive.com. Good stuff there. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's edition of DETV News. Be sure to follow us across your favorite social media platforms. And for a look at what's happening around the state of Delaware, head to our website. That's detvch.com. With DETV News, I'm Matt Ford. DETV News continues tomorrow night with Lauren Wilson. We'll see you then.